Okay, let's talk about the series and all that jazz. Hi friends, so I'm kind of liking the camera up here because again, it keeps me from like looking at the camera when I'm watching the episode because it's not easy for me to match eyes with it because all the way up there, it's not as natural as a movement for me. It also means I have to make sure I stay up straight. But we're about to dive into episode 12 of Season 1 of One Punch Man. The strongest hero, Saitama, is facing Lord Boros. The rest of the season, Class S heroes are kind of dealing with Melzargard, which just sounds awful, but the weird psychic clay creature that they found a way to actually destroy it. So the question is, will they be able to find the final marble, if there is a final marble? Probably is. And of course, we've seen, again, we really get to see just how powerful Tornado is. She's crazy powerful. So again, she's kind of, in terms of pure physical strength, Saitama is obviously number one. In terms of power, not like ESP power, psychic power, whatever, Tornado is obviously number one. I'm kind of curious as to why she isn't number one at all. Blast is number one, so the question is then, why isn't she number one? Like, how powerful is Blast? What is he capable of? He didn't show up to the meeting, so I don't know if we'll ever actually get to see him this episode. And of course, the other person who didn't show up was Metal Knight, I think. That jerkwad that we saw last time when it came to the what's the word? Meteor. So we might not see him at all, or he might come in last second and try to get credit because he's a tool. Totally a tool. But other than that, I mean, Lord Boros is powerful. He's crazy, crazy powerful. He isn't just the king of the universe. He is the dominator of the universe. And he was driven by this prophecy to destroy things for about 20 years. And Saitama's like, that's stupid. Even telemarketers are not that bad. So, again, the dialogue is so great. Saitama's reactions to things, I never know what to expect other than a little bit of insolence, a little bit of, like, confusion. Because the way he thinks about things is so interesting. And that's what's fun, is also to see these characters' perspectives. How there's one situation and we see what's going on, and how different characters view that situation based upon their power level, based upon their experience, based upon just a bunch of different things. So I have my coffee and my Mrs. Brown mug. It's a little hot right now. Anyway, so I'm just going to drink that. We're going to watch this episode, which will finish out season 1 of, well, I was about to say My Hero Academia of One Punch Man. Also keep in mind that, of course, after season 1, we'll dive into season 2. And then, of course, closer to August, there will be, maybe even sooner than that, depending on how fast season 2 goes. No, closer to August, there will be an announcement of what will be following One Punch Man. Again, the announcement will first show up on the community section of my YouTube page, so that's where it'll arrive first. So if you rung little bell, you'll get that notification. I should get that notification of the announcements. I'm not sure how the community aspect of it works, but you should be getting that announcement, which is pretty cool. But yeah, keep an eye for that close to August, really. And by close to August, I mean August 1st, probably. But probably, I mean, yes, August 1st will be the announcement when it'll first land. So keep an eye out for that. And then once that announcement's land, then I'll start mentioning in the music, in the videos, the reactions. Hey, by the way, when season 2 One Punch Man ends, we're going to dive into this anime. Again, the anime that we'll be diving into, it's exactly 3 seasons, with season 3 labeled as the final season. It's going to be a lot of fun. My brother's seen it. He likes it, and so I know it should be fairly good. And of course, we're going from weird to kind of sweet with, after Zombieland Saga, we'll be doing Your Lie in April. But if you're following along on YouTube, there will be I have updated my editing system, so there'll be a cool countdown thing that'll happen, and then that can prepare you for before you dive into the episode when you're doing following along. And of course, if you don't have to do follow along, there's a Virtue link below, and that can link you to the full episode, which you can watch for free if you can access Shoot. Anyway, without further ado, still too hot. Let's dive right in. It's still too hot. So Saitama's gonna have to really take this fight seriously. Look at that thing! Oh my gosh, that was such a Matrix moment. The one arm thing versus the villain. That was cool. He's doing a good job. Is Saitama a lefty? Because he keeps blocking with his left hand. But that was a right punch there. Ooh, whipped his arm off. Oh. Yeah, pretty strong too. Ooh, look at the heat coming off of him. Man. Yeah. Oh, so he's the tank top of tank tops. Oh, wow. So those other tank top Class C heroes... Aww. But I wonder if those guys call themselves tank tops because... Oh, well, you're named by the public. She's doing a lot of damage, which I'm really cool. Yes. Yeah, because she destroyed them. So she's destroying on the outside. And Saitama's messed up on the inside. Messing it up on the inside. And they're all weenies. Oh, that's the genius child. He has his robot arms. That was weirded out for a second. She might. You have errands to run? Who? Ooh. Drive night. Enemy? Interesting. Man, the politics of it all. Ooh, that's nasty. He's so impressive. I love the I also love how I knew he wasn't dead. My gosh, look how buff he is. Nice. Atomic slash. Insolence. You move your heart thing around your body to highest location. Okay, I'm just reading it now. I'm so caught up with it. I'm like, but I do love the way that the anime stretches the characters and makes them grotesque sometimes. Yeah. Ugh. Full body workouts. That's pretty full body, sir. Everybody's either naked or shirtless or whatever. That's true. So, this is pretty awesome. Tornado's destroying it from the outside. They're still under the ship. Not many survivors, is there? Oh, we're not even getting an intro. We're just getting the intro music while he's fighting him. Layback Cam did that a couple times. Yes! Boss song, boss fight. Oh, we're getting the whole song. We are getting the whole song. The anime director for this season is brilliant. Brilliant. Boss fights. I love this. Is this a full song though? That man is no. I can't even talk now. Man's gonna be naked, isn't he? He's destroying the top of his own ship. Whoa! What is his suit made out of? Ooh, hit him though. That's... Ooh, that's great. Is it? Oh, he does have self-healing powers. Heck. I was waiting when that was gonna happen. It just takes a while for him to heal then. His form in that... Shut up. I love that. Reminds me of, Skeleton Knight? Blah, blah, blah. He's so... His insolence, man. What is his clothes made out of, though? That they're fine. I'm impressed with the guy who tailored his suit. Even the alien has a final move name. Ooh, that was a direct punch to the face, man. Destroyed his crew, destroyed his own ship. Oh, he's big and his hair's long, too. I can't talk. There's something to say. They're right. This is kind of god level. Oh, need him. Gosh. He's on the moon. Oh, gosh. How is he going to get back? Oh, I love how there's no sound. There's sound there. Dude, don't screw up the moon. That makes sense, actually. Except he's come back. You can't destroy... That ship is coming down. It is. It's falling. And they think it's tornado, but I think she suspects there's something else going on. I know we call her Shrimpy and she's small and she's temper tantrum, but she's more intelligent than I think we think. Oh, now his cape's ripped. I made it. He looks so surprised. He doesn't die, just makes every villain so mad. But now his cape actually ripped. He hit that thing in the middle of him, didn't he? The animation of the blood, so impressive. Consecutive normal punches. Oh my gosh. How does season 2 beat this? He's destroying his own ship though because of it. Now Saitama is ripped. I don't think Cape's ripped. I think I said this already. Collapsing star. I wondered about that, the way his coloration changed. Oh, it's blue, that heat, the purity. You see my final move too? Killer move, serious series? Serious punch. We've never seen that before. Destroys the ship. Yep. Oh my gosh, the core broke. He cleared the freaking cloud across. Yeah, he did. I love the music. Oh. The core destroyed. I'm so... Yep, ship's going down. I knew it would. The core thankfully destroyed, so it won't hopefully blow up. That's so interesting how the core must have been connected to Lord Boros because it broke and bled like him. Maybe it is. Move. Hey, competition breeds some really cool stuff. Now these aliens now gonna be stuck on the Earth? Even the black dude's partially naked. Why is everybody stripping? Oh, now they move in. Guess to clean up what's left. Halfway point, baby. No, not gonna pause. I can't. It's too good. It's too good. I'm impressed by Saitama, though. Who the heck made his clothes? Handsome common. Pay attention. Practically. I love his design. I really do. That's the most emotion I've ever seen from him's face. He's right. He's right. I don't like him. No, he's not. Something's messed up with him. He's just an arrogant prick. He wants to be Class S, but is mad that he's not. Oh, it's making him so mad. Someone get poo pooey. Pew 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 pew. Oh heck, there's Metal Knight coming after everything is over. What's he? He's just up there to get the tech. He's just there to get a hold of the tech and improve him stuff. That's what I was thinking. I like him so much. Gosh, this weird stuff is going on. He just killed them all. What did he do? Karate chop them to death? Oh, okay. I know where this man's head is. Ooh, interesting. Yes, there we go. A little bit. There is something unstable and unsettling with him. You might as well just build Class A, City A, through and around that thing. She's gonna win a Saitama coming out of the ship. His cave's not almost gone. Oh, I love her animations. I know that voice. I know that voice. Oh, she's calling him things. What'd she do? Yeah, she's totally a brat. You don't look it. I know that anime voice. I know it. Oh, huh. He really does care about Genos. That's really cute. Probably his lower back. When my back goes out, it's lower back first. So there is no city left. Yeah. Weeks, I would say. As it usually does. So it really did wipe out the entire state. Of course he did. With other alien stuff. That's concerning for later on. I knew they were going to do that. Just didn't expect it to look like that. That's kind of cool. Monument to the people who died. It's a different song. Oh my gosh, the episode's over. I just realized, I was like, what? Wait, what? So, again, City A was rebuilt, but it's really an association city itself. The whole association, the whole building, has used the ship to make the city. And I said, just use the ship and build a city through it and around it. It's so big. And they kind of did. But they, instead, because the majority of people were gone, didn't have to worry about, taking over houses. And they, redid the city. But it's interesting how, was it Devil Knight or Dark Knight? I can't remember. Something Knight told him that he's the enemy. So that's going to play a role next season. No one knows about what Saitama did, which, in the end, Saitama probably really would prefer, except for Genos, and probably, the other guys. But, yeah, now we're going to be dealing with the aftermath of this, and he's right, my mask, he's kind of off kilter, and, it's not good. But it's interesting how he says that meeting Saitama changed Genos. And that's where it lives. He still lives in that little itty bitty apartment. King of the underworld? What's with all the kings? Pluton? Dragon. Says the gluttonous pig. Good boy, Genos. And Prophet. Nice. Ugh. And his disciple. Gotta admit, that's kind of gross. But if they clean it up, I wonder if that could actually feed people. Well, okay, that is something. That is something for sure. Saitama. Back to one punches, gosh darn it. That's so funny. Wow, so there's a lot to take in for the last few episodes. I guess Prisoner is not going back to prison. But some of these Class S, it is interesting how maybe one of the reasons he says he doesn't want to be Class S, but he might also be kept from being Class S because he's a little unstable. Just the way his eyes didn't even let those, they're kind of just cowards, let them live. Just killed them in one strike, karate chopped their heads off, made them blow up. So that shows he's also very powerful. And he does his acting stuff because he's good looking, but there is an instability of him. That interesting how Genos says before he met Saitama, that's where he was. He was all justice and darkness, and again he destroyed the building in one explosion, and Saitama was like, "Well, what? Were there people in there?" And he said no. But it is interesting through meeting someone more powerful than him, and through Saitama's personality, that Genos kind of reevaluated, took a back seat to his kind of revenge plan, and has learned to kind of care about people, has been made aware of his limitations. And it is interesting how people will meet Saitama, and they kind of have to shift how they look at things. But it's very clear no one knows Saitama destroyed Lord Boros except for Genos. And the aliens knew, but they were killed. Middle Knight, again, I'm sure whatever was said about him this season, that will continue on to next season. His untrustworthiness, he's up to something. He's planning or waiting for something. But the way he said the peace thing, it was like, that's kind of odd. So we have a couple of characters that are kind of untrustworthy right now. This angle is kind of weird for me, but we'll keep working with it. Saitama, we really get to see just how crazy powerful he is. When he landed on the moon, he was like, that. Held his breath for a while. Was able to push off the moon with very little gravity. But again, he probably was able to also get back so fast because there's nothing for him to kind of fight through in terms of manner. I love the silence when he did land on the moon. I was like, oh, that silence, until he exerted so much power, you kind of heard something, which I thought was really, really, actually pretty clever. The anime directing, and I'm probably, and you can let me know if it's based a lot of it's off the manga, how things stretch and get grotesque, especially sometimes the uglier and the angrier they are. But I also love the fact that if you look closely at a lot of the Class S heroes, their designs, a lot of them are really callbacks to not only different anime styles of that time when they first came out, but also anime styles throughout history a little bit. So that's kind of interesting. Like, they're not all the same style, if you know what I mean. There's differences, they're different designs. But I also love the designs of each of the heroes. The Bat guy, Metal Bat, he's really cool. Notice he has that kind of old school gangster kind of greaser look with the pompadour. Very old style. But his pants are big and flowy. Kind of just, like a time period before him, and so his style and the way he moves is pretty, and his look is really cool actually. But and also his reaction over My Mask is pretty fascinating as too. Like I didn't see much emotion from either of them except for one particular kind of emotion. But then they kind of got under each other's skins a little bit. But obviously, with whatever's going on with My Mask, will continue on next season. This is better. And then with Middle Knight, we'll continue on with next season. That'll be kind of weird. Tornado, I think, is crazy awesome. She's an insolent brat. She is, but in terms of her category of powers, we see why she's number 2. But we still haven't seen Blast, which is Hero 1. I don't know if I want to know if you see him next season. Don't say if we do see him next season. I kind of want to just be surprised by that part. But he didn't bother to show up either, so either he was occupied with something else or something else is going on. I wonder if, though, when we see Saitama again next season, if his ranking will be different, considering how powerful and all the things that he does. But the power he had. Also, I love that his punch was at such an angle that his superpowered punch cut through the atmosphere, but didn't destroy the ground beneath it. It just kind of cut the clouds across, like, just the way. Did you see that? Like, the distance and how it cut. I was like, oh my gosh. I loved seeing also bullet head him with his family. That was kind of funny. Seeing him, filling out a job application, actually being a productive member of society. And then also seeing the head of the House of Evolution with his ape guy and whatever that thing with the ice on it was back there. Something new probably or whatever. And they're in this like little itty bitty apartment. So and then of course our assassin, our ninja assassin. So seeing those characters has been kind of like, oh yeah, so they're still up and about. I'm curious if we'll see them next season. But this was a fun anime. It was a little weird at first. All the violence and kind of like the naked stuff was like, this is weird. This is not My Hero Academia. But I love it. It's a fun anime. Excellent voice acting, of course. It's so funny to hear voice actors that I also heard on My Hero Academia. And of course, there's just like with the English dubs, the bigger name you are, the more projects you do across the board for Funimation and Crunchyroll and just across the board. So I'm unsurprised by that. It's just interesting to see like, I know that voice. I do recognize the voice of Tornado. I just don't remember who voices her. So let me know what some of her voices, some of the voices she's done. But other than that, not much else to say. I'm going to go finish off, even though I don't like doing more than a few anime episodes at a time. I'm just going to finish off Zombieland Saga. And then, of course, we've got some prep for some other stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your enemies, and I will see you next season.